Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Michelle Epting, and I am very nervous, so please bear with me. This is my first time. I'm very happy to be here and to share my story with you. My story to me is big, but I hope that sharing my story will touch someone here tonight. We all have our victories and losses in life, and my family have had the same. We have had the hardest times, but we're making it through. I'm originally from Mississippi. I came to California 10 years ago with my husband and 4 kids. I came to be with my family because where I was at, I didn't have none. So I came to be with my sister, and unfortunately, it did not work out so well. And we found ourselves homeless. Sorry. We ended up struggling more than we thought we would. And thankfully, though, we found a shelter, and we was able to get on housing assistance and find our own home. We lived there so happily for 6 years until my health took a turn, and I experienced a stroke that left me in a wheelchair. I went from being able to run and play with my family to not being able to walk at all. I felt lost. I felt like I lost my independence. My mental health got worse, and I was in a deep depression. Then, of course, COVID hit. And my landlord decided he didn't want to take our housing voucher anymore, leaving us forced to leave, and we found ourselves homeless once again. My husband worked hard to take care of me and my kids, but we knew we needed the assistance to survive. For months, we lived in and out of hotels, on and off of friends and family's couches, and then at our lowest in our car. Until we finally got that call from the VOA that they had a bed in their shelter for us. When we came, though, to the VOA, we still struggled. I suffered from mental illness as well as my children, and I just didn't want to put my kids through another shelter. I felt like I failed them. For the first several months, I stayed in my room. I didn't want to interact with anyone, not VOA, not staff, no nobody. My kids did their online schooling, and we stayed to ourselves most of the time. I'm sorry. But the pandemic actually made it easy to stay at home. It made it easy to not go nowhere. But thankfully, the VOA helped me to get a referral to get mental health help. I was so grateful for them for that, because I don't know where I would have been. I'm so happy that Miss Anna Cornelius and the staff at the VOA didn't give up on me, and they fought for me when I couldn't even fight for myself. They encouragement changed everything for us. Eventually, we started feeling better. I started feeling better. I saw it in my kids. I saw it in myself. My kids were more motivated to get through school because, during COVID, they didn't want to do nothing. But they did. They did it. They did a good job, though. But it also helped me to motivate myself to keep moving us forward into getting housing. I actually stopped smoking, which was pretty good. Yay. Yay. And I really started to work with staff and I was able to take care of my kids the best way I knew how. I was amazed about how the shelter loved my babies. I loved the way they did birthday parties for all the children at the VOA. I loved how they did Christmas parties for the kids, and I couldn't do it for them. I hated to admit it as a mother, but I couldn't. They made sure that they had everything they needed for schooling, which I couldn't do either. They have helped us grow as a family. We're more tighter than we used to be. While we've been at the shelter, my second to the oldest daughter, Destiny, actually graduated from high school. Thank you. And I just know, I have no doubt in all of my children that they will do wonderful in whatever they pursue. Sorry. I'm sorry, just give me a second. I missed a page. But on December 15th, 2021, we had a family tragedy that devastated us. My main supporter, my husband, grew weak from his ongoing addiction, and his heart gave out. I'm sorry. He lost his fight to stay with us. So sorry. It was one of the hardest times for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. It would have been so easy for me to fall back into my depression, but I knew I couldn't, and the staff at the VOA was there to lift me up. They let me have my time to mourn. They didn't rush me. They organized a wonderful private Christmas party just for me and my kids to reflect and to be together, to process everything. They cried alongside us, which they didn't have to do. They also showed me that I can still find joy in the midst of my suffering. Miss Anna, she sat me down and she told me, "Don't you give up." She knew how much he loved me and my kids. With her support and strength, I knew I had to finish what we started to stabilize my kids with housing. I always taught my children to give thanks to where you've been and where you're going. Life has been difficult for us, but I know that's still good. The VOA community has shown me the importance to have a support system. I am thankful every day for the ways you, my community, have helped me and my kids continue to fight. Today, I am proud to say that my family and I are moving into our own home. Thank you. We will have our own space again. My kids can lay their heads knowing that they are safe. I am so excited to give my kids the home they deserve. And none of it wouldn't have been possible without your support and kindness. Thank you for believing in me and my family and for your helping us through the most difficult times of our lives. You have made a big impact on me and my family, and we will never forget. Thank you, VOA, for giving us hope for a new beginning. Thank you.